Hello, I am Mrs. Searah, your friendly library media specialist, and I'm here today to show you how to use one of my favorite paid-for subscriptions that we have at Merrimack Valley Middle School, and that is Scholastic's ScienceFlix. I would like to share with you my screen in just a moment so that you can see how to navigate through all the awesome features that ScienceFlix has to offer. The next time you want to do research for science, this is the resource to use. So please allow me to demonstrate. All right, here we go. So in order to show you how to use ScienceFlix, I have to show you how to find ScienceFlix. And it's a bit of a process. So follow along and you'll get there. And once we get there, my number one suggestion is to bookmark this bad boy. So I always search MVMS Pride, because that will get me right to the school site. If I type in MVMS, it sends me somewhere else. If I type in MVSD, it sends me somewhere else. But MVMS Pride will get me right to our school website. They have hidden the library site a little bit, so it's in two places on the site. If you scroll down, you will get to a little scrolly library, and you can click on the words, not the picture. You can also get to it by going to More, Departments, and Library Media Center. So we're going to click on that. All right, here we are. Now, the online resources are in, again, two places. It can be right up here at the top. You would just click on that, or you could go under News and Announcements, and I just have it highlighted here as well. I wanted to put it in a few places so you could get there. The digital resources and databases, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for ScienceFlix. There we are. It gives a brief summary of what ScienceFlix is, and it also tells you that it's Google Classroom compatible and provides citations, which are two reasons why I love it. And then I provided you with the username and password. And as with most of our resources, the username is Mary, password is Mac, all lowercase. You click on ScienceFlix, and you're going to get prompted to log in. So you'll do the Mary and the Mac. I've already been on here today, so it logged me right in. All right, the coolest thing, you're going to get all these little thumbnails, these little squares, and you're going to see there's a lot on here. It's bright, it's colorful, it's engaging, and it's extensive. You are going to also notice that along the top, there are 6 columns. So earth science, space science, life science, health and human body, physical science, and then tech, math, and engineering, the kind of STEM categories. You either know what you're looking for or you don't. So when you come on to ScienceFlix, you may have a mission or you may just be exploring. For example, if I come on here just looking for something that sounds interesting, you can just scroll and look, see what we have. So under Earth Science, we have climate adaptation, geological time, archaeology, the Earth's interior, oceans of the world, rocks and minerals, landforms, atmosphere and weather, extreme weather, climates of the world, climate change, continental drift, earthquakes, and volcanoes. Whew. There is a lot. You could also be looking for light or disease or endangered species. So there's so much that you can find. The senses, memory and learning, states of matter, shapes and solids, numbers, the universe. It's just there's a little something for everyone on here, and for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders as well. For this particular demonstration, I'm going to show you how to search for something. So we're going to search for Mars. We want to find information about that planet. So potentially you're in 8th grade, you're studying the solar system, and that is what you want to find information about. So you're going to search using just a normal keyword search. What you're going to notice is that you have a lot of results. There are 158 articles that pertain to Mars in some way. You're going to notice that it gives you the lexile, so the difficulty level. The higher the number, the more difficult the article, but that does not mean you shouldn't look at the hard ones. It just means they're going to be a little bit more difficult. You're going to find that there are people involved. Okay, the farther down you get, the less relevant or the less the article pertains to that, at least by this sort. You could also arrange the sort by title or by lexile. So if you want the easiest or the highest level first, you click that and get the most difficult articles first. So that's up to you how you want to search. You'll also notice there are websites, media. Within the media, that's really cool. So these are timelines, interactive slideshows or videos. What I like about this is that these are really fun for research because they're, like I said, interactive. So if you want to do the timeline of space flight innovations, it's interactive. You click on it, you get information. Okay, you can have it play, and it'll click through, scroll through the next ones. And what is even better about this is if you find information on this particular resource, it gives you the credit. So it gives you information about where all these pictures came from. Okay, so that's all right there, which I just find super fun. There's also a Spanish option. So if Spanish is your first language, you are given some opportunities to switch over the language to find articles in that language. Back to the units and articles, however, I want to take you to the solar system unit. And we'll explore. Now, each unit is set up the same way. So this unit looks like all the other units. They all have the same components. They have to watch it, read it, dive deeper, explore more, related websites, science lab, what do you think, show what you know, and careers. And that's really great because once you've been on one unit, you'll know what to expect for all the others. You can change your reading level. You can click right on the video. You can click on the reading. You'll notice, again, the dive deeper sections are here. So this is if you want more information. There's another interactive timeline. So those are just some of the components. So again, you can watch it, read it, dive deeper, explore more. Let's see what the explore more. Explore more is all articles. Excuse me, slow loading. Articles that are connected to that particular unit. So it might take you outside of this unit, or it might stay within this unit and give you just additional articles. For related websites, this is something that I find extremely useful. There are a lot of you who enjoy a good Google search, and that's fine, except that the resources are not always reliable, they're not always safe, they're not always accurate. And with these related websites, researchers, scientists, people who create this database have gone out and found reliable sources that are appropriate for school-age students in their research. So you know that these resources are going to be quality resources, and these websites aren't going to be made by someone who is uninformed. So you can use those for additional research. The Science Lab tab gives you ideas for projects that connect with each unit. So for example, this one has given you a pamphlet option, a table, a slideshow, and a report. This is particularly useful for teachers who might be trying to plan a lesson, but also for students who want to do additional research or broaden their knowledge and find out more and practice some of their skills. So I think that's a great resource as well. So what do you think? Gives you 3 questions that pertain to the unit that you're then asked to answer. And the show what you know will then lead you to a quiz. So you would start the quiz to show what you've learned. The final section of every unit is careers. And again, that will give you a page of information about different careers that pertain to that unit, including how much they would make, entry-level education required, on-the-job training, and finally, the citations. Citations are provided at the bottom of every resource, or every article rather. And what is really great about that is you don't have to think about it. You have the opportunity to just highlight it, copy and paste it. We use MLA here at Merrimack Valley. And so you would use that citation to show where you got your information. You can have the article read aloud. Okay. You can also look up a word. So if you were looking to determine the meaning of a word that you read, so I don't know what asteroid means, you can look that up. It'll show you exactly what it means, and then you can go about your reading without having to leave. You can email yourself, you can print, and as I said earlier, it is Google Classroom compatible. So you'd be able to, once you get on ScienceFlix, the first thing you probably should have done is to connect to your Google Classroom. That way you'll have the opportunity to share these articles with yourself right into your Google Classroom. And the final thing that I want to show you is Science News. This is relevant. Look, 9/21, that's today. It will show you relevant news articles to science. And you can also do the news story archive. So some of you are in classes that are requiring you to find current events, and this would be an awesome place to go for current events information. A better board, how a kid inventor turned mini skateboards into a successful business. That, again, trying to find things that you as a student might find interesting. So that is ScienceFlix in a nutshell. If you have any questions going forward, I am your friendly librarian. My job is to help you find resources and to access them and to make the most of them. So if you need me, my email is ksearah, SEARAH, @mbsdpride.org, and I